Hey guys, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for tuning in. Now I'm here to review some products from NATASHA DENONA. So these are the products that she's come out with for spring this year. I don't know if she's coming out with more, but for now these are the products. There are a lot actually. So she has two palettes. So these are highlighter and blush palettes. One is in the shade 01 Daria, and then the other one is 02 Citrus. So one is more like designed more towards lighter and medium skin tone, one definitely towards darker skin tone. Really appreciate it because I think even for last year's spring collection, I think she came out with highlighter. So one was definitely like a coral gold towards warmer darker skin tone, and the other one was like pink silver. So I really like that she's come out with two different palettes. Yeah, and then she also has some eyeshadows. These are like in a tiny pot. These are called the duochrome top coats, and she has three colors for spring. So I have those to show you guys as well. First we'll start with the palettes because these are more pricier than the top coats, and you do have a lot of products here. Like there are cream products and there are powder products. So yeah, we'll talk about these first, and then if we have time I'll review the top coats in this video. Otherwise I will have to film a part 2. So yeah, let's get started, you guys. These retail for $89 each, and these are not limited edition. These are not exclusive to any retailer, so you can find them on NATASHA DENONA'S website or Beautylish or Sephora. So yeah, this is the box that it came in. I don't know for sure if the brand is written always in red, or maybe because it's like a blush palette, it not just a blush palette, blushes are included in this. So I don't know if it's if that's a reason, but it says NATASHA DENONA in red, then diamond and blush, and it says down below face highlighting and contour palette. So as I said, $89 each. You get an incredibly good value for money. That's always the case actually with NATASHA DENONA. You get 6 products in this palette. This is a 6-pan face palette, and in each pan you get 7 grams of product. That is a solid amount, to be honest. That is a full size amount. Just for reference, Becca Shimmering Skin Perfectors in the full size, the ones in the permanent range, you get 8 grams and you pay $38. But the ones that they release as limited edition, you know, with the diamond cut and with the pattern and special packaging, you get 7 grams, exactly as how much you get in each pan in the face palette. So 7 grams of products and you pay $38. So you get 6 full-size products, and this retails for $89. So I think it's very, very good value for money. So let's take a look at 01. Yeah, it's pink. Both palettes are pink. There's no difference in packaging with respect to both the palettes, and it does come with a good size mirror. Not exactly the size of the palette, but it's a little smaller. And then it tells you what the name of the powders. Oh, I think you can see. Do you see this? The names are just printed on top and side, actually, not top or below, at the side. So you have 2 cream products, and the cream that's in the top row, the cream products are protected by this plastic kind of like a cap where you can like open it and close it. It's actually, since it is attached to a hinge, it's not that difficult to manage, unlike the plastic you know, sheet that she inserts in her eyeshadow palettes, which are a little bit difficult to manage. These, since they just open very easily and also close, do you see that? So it's really easy to manage, no problem at all. It's to protect the cream products, the 2 cream products, from the other 4 powder products. So yeah, 2 cream products and the rest are all powder products. So the 2 cream products that you have here is this one, which is a cream highlighter, which is like a champagne shade, but it's actually quite warm, as you can see. Do you see how warm it is? It definitely is like a golden champagne shade. And then you have this blush, which is again like a cream blush, which is this pink color. Actually, it looks quite coral in the pan, but it's definitely pink on my skin. It's definitely pink. There's no mistake at all. Very, very pink on my skin. And then this one is like a duochrome pink to gold strong duochrome highlighter. It is definitely on the warmer side. Obviously it's like a strong yellow gold undertone to it. And then this is called the diamond powder. I think this is essentially the essence of this palette, the inspiration behind this palette. She said, I think I saw her demo video on Instagram. So she said this is essentially the inspiration behind the whole palette. Around this she constructed the whole palette. So this is the diamond powder, which is essentially very sheer kind of a top coat kind of a highlighter. And this is the powder blush, which matches the cream blush. And then this one is like this is called Glow Extreme, which is again a color which matches the cream highlighter. It's a very gold toned champagne shade, which is finely milled, but not too finely milled. You can see those shimmer particles, but at the same time it's not huge. Definitely the shimmer particles that you have in the diamond powder is larger than the ones that you see in this Glow Extreme highlighter. So yeah, the cream products are extremely finely milled and are really, really good. So that is the palette in 01 Daria. And then 02 Citrus is actually really interesting, to be honest. Wow, it's really beautiful, interesting. As you can see, you see some really strong bronze tones here. Again, this is, it says her diamond, right? Yeah, diamond. So it says diamond, which is a cream bronze toned highlighter. And then you have the cream blush. And this is actually, it looks yellow, and it looked promising, surprisingly. At least I found it promising, but actually it is not at all yellow. It's very much green on my skin tone. Just a little surprising because she usually includes a little bit of traditional colors, and I don't see any duochrome. It is a duo glow. Maybe it has gold to green, but honestly on my skin tone it looks quite green. But when you mix it in with these colors, it's very, very wearable. It just gives that light hint of green. And then again you have this diamond powder, which is a very pale bronze toned large sized, like a glitter kind of a top coat for highlighter. And then you have a blush which is matching to the cream. This is a powder blush. And then this is again like a pigmented highlighter with some visible shimmers in it. It's not extremely finely milled kind of a subtle highlighter. You can definitely wear it by itself. So yeah, those are the two palettes. Let's just get swatching. First is, it says this is called the Glow Cream Base, which is, I'm first swatching the Daria palette from 01 Daria palette, which is designed more towards lighter and medium skin tone. And also it definitely leans towards the warmer side. As you see, it has, like, except for the blush, I think the blush is definitely kind of cool tone, but this looks very cool tone, but it has very yellow gold kind of shimmers in it. So definitely I think even if you have warm tone you can wear it. So that is the cream highlighter. And then next is a cream blush. Do you see? It definitely is cool tone. I was really, really impressed by the cream blush, you guys. I mean, not just the cream blush, because this particular blush is so pigmented. I tried using it. My only concern was initially that, would I need to use so many different kind of like makeup tools, because it has cream products and powder products. So I just challenged myself and I thought that let's just use the same brush for both the cream blush and the powder brush. So I use a very densely packed, stiffer brush by e.l.f., which is called, I think, the mineral powder brush. So I used it to pick up the cream blush and the powder blush, and it picked up really well. So I think you don't necessarily have to use like a sponge or anything like that, or you can even just use your fingertips. It's really good. So and then this is the Duo Glow. As you see, oh, I forgot to tell you guys, the Duo Chrome highlighters are also really good. Unlike the Glow Extreme highlighter, which is pigmented but it has like those visible shimmers, the Duo Chrome highlighters are actually very finely milled and are also very intense. Do you see that gold tone in there? So yeah. And then we have the diamond powder. As you can see, it's like very sheer, but at the same time the size of the particles are not too large to the point that it looks like texture on the skin. It's as you see, it's not too large, but it definitely adds a beautiful glow. And then the powder blush, as you see, is really very finely milled and has a very beautiful satin finish. So you just apply it on over the powder, or you can just apply it by itself, obviously, or you can just apply this by itself too. And then this is that highlighter that I was telling you guys about, which is pigmented, but it does have some visible shimmers to it. The duochrome is definitely more finely milled. So yeah, that is it. I really wanted to also show that the blushes are a really good quality. Let me just show you where I applied the blush base, and then I topped it with powder. And do you see how pigmented it is? And I'm trying to just rub it off, but the cream underneath doesn't like smear or it doesn't move. It's just so good. I'm really impressed with the blushes. Both the blushes are just really good quality. So those are the swatches, you guys. I hope I didn't like confuse you guys, because there are a lot of products and each product is a little different. So maybe let me just show it to you in the palette. So this is the cream one, this is the cream highlight and cream blush. Both are very finely milled. The duochrome is also very finely milled, but it's very reflective and quite intense. And this is this is the Glow Extreme highlighter, which is also quite pigmented but has those visible shimmers. And then you have obviously the blush, and this is the topper, which is called the diamond powder. So the diamond powder definitely, as you can see, is quite sheer, but it works beautifully. It's the size of the glitter is not very large or anything. Now, I initially thought that these products, since you do a lot of layering, it might like end up leaving a white cast on my skin tone. But as you can see, these are quite warm tone. You saw it also in the palette. I'm very happy to report that these do not leave a white cast on my skin tone. So if you're really interested in these colors and if you have darker skin tone, do not worry, just go ahead and pick it up. But of course, pick it up in a place where you can return it very easily, because you know it depends. The taste vary and change, so it depends. On me, it did not leave a white cast. I would very happily use these products, and in fact I layered all of them together. Once when I was trying out, I first applied the cream, and then on top of that I applied this one, the visible shimmer highlighter, and then over that I applied the duochrome, and then finally I applied the diamond powder. Still, it did not leave a white cast on my skin tone, so I'm really impressed with that. Although it's like designed towards lighter and medium skin tone, it works well on even darker skin tone. So let's take a look at the Citrus palette. Again, very beautiful bronze tone. So this is the cream highlighter, again very finely milled. Beautiful. It really melts into the skin and blends very easily, guys. Then you do have the cream blush. I have to say, these look more darker in the pan, but I had to build these up a little bit. I was a little surprised as to why this is such a vibrant color, but I'm not going to lie, I had to build it up quite a bit to get that intense blush. So yeah, the pink blushes, the pink blush from the Daria palette was actually much more it was actually quite pigmented, crazy pigmented. This one, the coral toned one in the citrus palette, I had to build it up. Then this is the Citrus Duo Glow. I think the palette is named after this particular shade, citrus. As you can see, it's pretty much green. I just don't see any gold, to be honest. It's pretty much green. If you want to, if you feel very adventurous, you can definitely use this particular color by its own. Or if you want to really mix and match, you can layer it over this and it will tone it down so beautifully. But at the same time, you can definitely see the gold, the green reflects in it. So as you can see, the duochrome highlighter is intense and also very finely milled. And this is the diamond powder. Do you see how wet looking it is? I really appreciate that the size of the glitter or shimmer in it is not that large. I know it looked very bronze, but do you guys think that it's very similar to this one? The bronze diamond glow powder is very similar to the champagne gold diamond glow powder. It's really similar, right? But it's tiny bit darker, I think, than the other one. And this is the powder blush. And again, as I said, not much pigment, right? I'm a little disappointed in the blushes in the citrus palette. Not that disappointed at all. I'm sorry, not that happy with the pigmentation. I had to build it up a lot, guys. I'm talking about 4 to 5 times. I had to build it up a lot. Then we have the Glow Extreme highlighter, which is a powder highlighter which matches with the cream highlighter and the diamond glow powder, but it has tiny bit of visible shimmers in it. So yeah, that is the so those are the why am I'm just stumped sometimes, but hang on, just bear with me. So those are the swatches. There you go. So those are the swatches, and yeah, my thoughts on the palette, I have to say the quality on all of these products are really, really good, guys. I'm not going to say, I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to say it's all right. It's incredibly good, honestly. The blushes, especially in this palette, are really, really good. To be honest, both the quality on both are good, but this is more pigmented and this is a little bit less pigmented. I am wearing these two the coral blushes on my face right now. It hasn't been that long since I actually applied this makeup, probably 5 hours now, and I see some it's kind of faded away. I'm a tiny bit disappointed about that because it hasn't been that long. It's only been 5 hours, so there is fading, but I can see the blush. In person, you can definitely see the blush. Very, very subtle flushed look, but it has actually quite, I would say, like 70% of it has faded away. But there is still blush on my cheeks. I can see it, and if someone is like standing close by to me, they can see it as well. But I would say 60 to 70% of the blush has faded away within like 5 hours. So that's a little disappointing, especially given the fact that I layered both products. Probably if I had applied the pink one, it might not have faded away. I don't know, but whatever be the case. But as for the highlighters, they are really, really good. Today I haven't like layered them too much. I have the bronze one, the bronze cream highlighter, and I've just used one layer, just used it with the diamond glow powder. That's it. So I didn't even like apply it and blend it or anything. I just took a tiny bit of the diamond glow powder and just pressed it, just stamped it on my high points of the cheek, just on the highlighter. area, highlighted area already, and do you see the glow? It's pretty intense. It's really, really beautiful, guys. And I feel I know when you look at the palette, it looks like you are getting, especially this one, especially the Daria palette, it looks like you are just getting two tones of products. One is like a pink tone blush and then some champagne gold. And of course this looks pink in the pan, but when you swatch it, it kind of, there you are, it kind of looks very like a gold toned champagne shade. Again, it's not too pink on my skin tone, especially on my skin tone. Maybe on lighter skin tone the pink definitely comes through. So I feel if you pack this palette for travel, maybe you'd probably just get one color of highlighter and one color of blush. You know, that's the only downside I see in from my standpoint. It's just my perspective, just my opinion. That's the only downside I see about this palette. Initially I thought it's a little bit excessive for a retail consumer, you know, but this layering technique, if you really think about it, is like a makeup professional kind of a tip and trick. So I think this palette is well thought out in a way that, you know, Natasha Denona is like teaching us these tips in order to get, hang on, let me just collect my thoughts, in order to get that glowing beautiful skin. And some products, when companies like, you know, contour kits and like a bronze kit or whatever, when companies are just pushing us like kits and palettes, like face palette especially, it feels like what is this, why are you selling this to me? It feels that way. But I feel this particular palette is really versatile for all skin tones, and the fact that you can layer these products and wear it however you want, and the quality also is really good. So personally, this palette makes sense for a retail consumer, although it is like a face palette and there are multiple products. I think it really works. Probably because they have, it says that this is a contour kit, contour blush and contour palette, but I don't see how I'm supposed to contour with these. But since I think this doesn't have a true contour powder, it makes it more versatile for people of a variety of skin tone. So yeah, I think that's where this palette really differs from all the other face palettes in the market. And of course you do pay a very hefty price tag for this, but I think you get an incredibly large amount of products. You might think that, who cares, I don't need so much. That is true. That is true, but there is I feel you have like a good enough reason for this price, because you get a lot, like a huge quantity, you know what I mean? You can accept that or not, but the fact that you get a very large amount of product, there's no denying that. So all in all, just to give it a roundup, guys, initially I did feel it's a little bit excessive with the layering and the fact that you have only two tones of colors basically, if you ask me, except for the citrus palette. Yeah, you do have a green out of nowhere, but especially the Daria palette, I feel you get only two tones. You get 6 colors, but you only get like 2 tones. So whether you want to apply it subtle, if you want that medium highlighted look or that intense look, you're just going to get a gold champagne highlighter and a pink blush. So that's one downside. I feel they could have given like 2 tones of blushes. I think that would have given us a little bit of an option to work with. So that's the only downside I feel about both the palettes. This one has a little bit of variation going on because of the green highlighter. So you can definitely mix and match the bronze with the green, or just go with the bronze look, or just go with the green look. And of course you do have only one color of blush. So yeah, I genuinely feel they could have added a little more variation with respect to color, because as I said, if you pack the Daria set, the palette, you're just going to get 2 colors. That's it. That's the only downside for me, but quality wise it's really good. Just with respect to the blush, it's still there right now. So but I especially given the fact that I've layered products, it shouldn't fade away. I feel so quickly, and so much has faded away. So there is still blush, but I don't think it's going to be there at the end of 8 hours. I don't see the blush still staying put. Of course, oh yeah, before I forget, I do not wear any kind of a makeup foundation or a concealer or a setting spray or a primer, anything that would extend the the life of makeup on my skin for that 8 hours. So this is just makeup on bare skin. So yeah, that could be the reason why the blush is fading away. That being said, there are so many blushes on the market that stay on my bare skin for more than 8 hours. I'm talking about 9 to 10 hours of wear. NARS blushes really last on my skin tone, NARS powder blushes. So yeah, there's that too. So anyways, that being said, I think I've spoken for a very long while in this video, so probably I should film another one to focus on the duochrome top coats. So do stay tuned for that video. So all in all, I like the what is it called? The highlighter and blush palette, guys. I do like the quality, but I guess it depends on personal preference. Do you want more variety, or do you just want good quality products? So if you want more variety, I think you're going to have to buy a different palette, because you don't get, especially the Daria palette, you don't get a lot of variety in that. You just only get 2 colors. You can mix and match, and you can obviously get a different tone, but at least on my skin tone, this pink duochrome highlighter kind of looks the same, as you can see. So yeah, that's the only downside, but otherwise I do like the quality. And I have to say, if you plan to wear all of these products on your face, like do all the layering and everything, it does take a lot of time. It's not like a quick apply it and just head out the door kind of a very easy kit. If you want to make it easy, you very well can, because there are like several options, especially for highlighter and blush. For blush, you just have 2 options, layering or just apply it by itself. But for highlighter, you do have several options. But yeah, if you decide to just use the palette to the entirety, it does take a long while. I did just these 2 portions of my face for at least 20 minutes. So yeah. That's it, you guys. Hope you guys found this video useful. I know I was a little bit absent-minded. Yeah. Next video will be better. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like watching it, and please do subscribe. Bye.